Not sure how this works yet, but I am definitely trying to see. Um, no, not sure how this works at all. Hello. I'm just checking out this live to see how it works. I'm not sure how it worked yet. I'm learning it because I'm going to start the podcast here. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm just learning how to do this. I'm not sure how this live works, so I'm just learning it. God bless you all. Thank you for joining. Um, I just want to encourage everyone to stop donating to the GoFundMe, please. I'm just gonna stop the GoFundMe for a while. I'm gonna actually look for another source of fundraising, trying for nothing to get to me and for nothing to bother me. So in order to cut all the frustration, I'm going to cut the fundraiser down and I'm going to use my own credit and use my own funds to run the first home for the kids. And I'll continue it once everything is done. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see if like how to see like comments and everything. I am really new to this YouTube stuff. I was been told to do this, but I just haven't done anything with it. It's been a long time. I guess that you can't do I guess that you can't do anything with it from here. Like I guess you can't get comments or anything, which is fine. But yeah, I definitely wanted to say thank you everybody for all of your encouragement, for all of your support. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for checking on the kids. Thank you for continuing to check on me and Yuki. Publicly here on live, I'll say things took a real big turn with Yuki once I linked him up with the young lady, Sarit Sandler, I think her name is. Um, but she was actually she was doing a documentary on a family. And we started off pretty cool. She wanted all of this information, but I still kept it cool with her. I wasn't out of order with her. I was still a woman with her, but she basically wanted, to they want Yuki because he's a huge part of their movie that they were already casting way before this all happened. Our unique family, they was doing something with them, the whole family. So it's just been sorry, I'm just getting messages and everything. It's just been a little bit crazy, but we're not on exactly the greatest terms. But I do love that kid and I do pray for him. I pray for him daily as well as the rest of the kids. I just don't I just won't, I'm just not trying to move him here. But a lot of people are saying a lot of things about this GoFundMe, and I wanted to make something clear to you guys. CPS been allowed me, to they've been told me that I was gonna get these kids. Yuki was supposed to be coming as well. I call him Yu. He was also supposed to be coming here to stay with me and the other three children. I want to say it is 3 or 4. I just I can't remember. So they were all supposed to be coming here, and we had this big old discussion with CPS. So it's not like CPS just came out and gave me all of this information. No, you guys have to remember that you and I was really close at first. He was calling me. He was calling me mom. We gained a relationship, through the phone, through text messaging, through social media. We stayed in contact with each other. There wasn't a day that I woke up without me saying good morning, and good night to him and making sure that he was good. There wasn't a day that went by that all of that happened. So I got to learn a lot about the kids. I got to learn their names, their ages, what was going on with them, a lot of personal graphic information about the family. So No, it's not like CPS just came and told me all of this information and said you're. They asked you, what do you think about this woman? And you said, I think she's amazing. I think that we will do great there. I think that we need a new start. I can't wait to get to her. CPS was going to bring as well as his other brothers or the other children here to Georgia to stay with me. So, um, I just think that it's crazy that everybody's acting like all of a sudden they didn't notice, because this has been the plan. There's nothing that changed from it. I actually have text messages about that as well. I'm just really trying to step back for a little while and let God do what He do, but I can't stay quiet because the severity of this case is extreme. Quite honestly, it's extreme, and if I stay quiet, they can pin anything on me. They can say anything as they've been doing. They're just slandering my name. They're making me look like a bad person, which is really hard to do because I'm quite amazing, and I know that I am. I place myself at a high because God placed me at a high. I'm not a low type of person. I'm not a low vibrational person. I truly love the Lord. I don't just flaunt His name up because I love Him. I honor Him. I thank Him. There's no way in the world that I would be as taken care of as I am if I was a bad person. If I really meant bad, uh, people have to think about this. I didn't know about these kids before they called my podcast. I didn't know that this kid already had some type of status with social media or anything like that. He called my podcast and he was comfortable to leave the information that he left on there because of the way that I presented my podcast. I'm not the average person. I say, 18 and older. I don't want any kids in here. I listen to the kids as well. I don't want to push the kids away because of reasons like this. You never know what a kid have to say. And I was a kid at once and I wanted to be heard. So I remember that kid came on and he expressed himself to me. He knew that I was going to reach out to authorities. He came back and he texted me a bunch of messages knowing that I was going to reach out to authorities. Even when I told him that I did reach out to authorities, he kept saying, Mama, can you please just promise me that you're not going to try to get us any help? Let I don't know how you say God in Jewish, like the Jewish, respond to God, but I pretty much know that that's what he was saying, because he was like, let him help us. You don't try to be the savior here. You don't try to save us because you'll put us in deeper trouble where our lives are in danger. You'll put me in danger. So I became really afraid of responding to the things that he was saying. I was like, I don't want to put this kid in danger. Like, I already gave CPS this information. I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And because I gave them all the information and they just wasn't doing anything. I was calling CPS every day. What's going on with these kids? What's going on with these kids? Up until the ninth or I don't remember if they called me on the ninth or the 11th and let me know that the kids were safe. And that they were taken, out of the home, and Cohen was locked up. So I was pushing. I was in my bedroom going bonkers, like literally crying my eyes out, praying and fasting, calling my bishop, calling my pastor, calling my family, you know what I'm saying? Until I fell into a slight bit of depression myself, because I'm like, are these kids gonna make it out of that house, or are they gonna end up like the Hart family situation where it was a murder suicide because people started finding out about this? Can you imagine if I would have went bonkers and told more people and went on social media and went crazy, and next thing you know, CPS didn't make it to that house because Chaim Cohen would have done something even more major than what he's been doing? I listened to those young kids today on their TikTok channel, and it broke my heart to hear their speech. They have speech issues, and the one had cancer, and I forget what the other one was, but it broke my heart listening to that, because I'm just thinking, I don't want to say the wrong things. I don't want to say the wrong things because despite what Cohen did, Cohen is a human and he made a mistake. He made a mistake. Um, at this point, we can't even call him Jewish. I don't know what to call him, but what he is a human. My lashback is not against the Jewish community because I love unconditionally for without a reason. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what you practice. You know what I'm saying? I practice love. I have a relationship with God. I'm not a religious person, so I don't have a beef with the Jewish community. I don't. I have an issue with the people that's lashing out on me as if I didn't act on the fact that these kids were in trouble immediately. It didn't take me to listen to the call and say, should I try to believe this? No, it didn't take me that long. It took me immediate. I acted immediately. I said, listen, this kid is in trouble. If you go onto my old podcast platform on Spoon, right after the call with what is your addiction? It says, come back. If you listen to that one, I have the police officer up there. I have my sister up there. I have a bunch of us. This is, the same people. We're up there. And I'm like, I gotta find this kid. Like I was freaking out because I wanted him to come back, and I wanted more information because he didn't give me any information. I had this little tiny book that I sat there and I wrote down every police station in every county, of Texas. I wrote down all of the counties and I called all the police stations, everyone that I can find. I called CPS, everyone that I can find. I called he mentioned pathways. I found, I called all the ones that I can find. My sister, she was the first one on that case. She says, hey, here's all of the pathways in Texas. She Googled it and she sent it my way. But pathways wasn't any help because they were acting like they didn't know what was going on. But I was thinking in my head, how many fathers in the state of Texas is, adopting 9 children? Like, these people knew who I was talking about. They didn't care. CPS didn't care. The police, they didn't care. Authorities, they really didn't care because this is not the first time that allegations came about Mr. Cohen. Like that man had, he's been sitting up under charges after charges after charges. You know what I'm saying? Allegations after allegations after allegations. Like he had a kid run away and they were ignoring the fact because once these kids are out of their hair, they don't feel like they owe them anything. CPS is there for a paycheck. They're there for a paycheck. These are not their children. You can't expect for them to love them children the same way that you would love on your own children. That's why it's important to get off of drugs and get off of addictions and keep your own kids because you never know what's going to happen to them. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your children going out into this world and going into the hands of CPS and this happening? It's sad and it's sick. I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine that. But I just had to come on here and say that. And I'm gonna be up here a lot more. I'm gonna try to go live a lot more because there's a lot that I want to say. There's a lot that needs to be said. I was never in it for anything but these kids from day one. I didn't know that there was any type of anything going on, any type of reward, anything. The news reached out to me. I didn't reach out to the news. I didn't want to be on the news. They reached out to me. It only made sense because CPS was hiding so much. They was hiding everything. So I said, you know what? If they don't want to help these kids properly, I'm going to go out to the news. I'm going to go out to the public. Now we're going to put some fire up under their behind. And that's what made me go to the news. Nothing else did. If you read on my Facebook page, the young lady Ari, I think her name was Amy or something. She was one of the first people to reach out to me and ask me would I need help with funding and stuff. And I said, no, ma'am, I like to do things in decency and order. I'm not sure what I'm going to get done with these kids, but I want to do it properly. CPS reached out to me. I still have the messages. I still have it recorded. They reached out to me and asked me if I would like to take these kids. I said, well, I would be honored to do so, but I'm a single woman in a single home, a single bedroom home. I have good credit. My bills are paid. Yes, I'm in a hotel. I see people saying, oh, she's living in a hotel. I'm also in a 5-star hotel. Paid by, with my own work, my hard-earned work. Nobody's giving me anything. I don't take handouts. My bills are paid. My finances are well. My credit is amazing. I'm not a stupid young woman. I'm a young woman. I'm a young, educated woman. And I just, I like seeing what everybody's been talking about, with me and trying to make it seem that I'm this person that I'm not. It's hurtful. It's extremely hurtful because that's not who I am. To lash back at this young lady, Chandler, you know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make her feel bad or less of a person as an attorney. What I really honestly wanted to do was, do you not realize that I'm really here working with these kids and for these kids? You should be working with me, not against me. I'm not an enemy. I'm not an enemy. I've been working for these kids. I knew that it was a possibility that I can place myself and my kids in danger. That wasn't a case to me. I said, I gotta get these kids out of there. I don't know who this person is. When I got on the phone with somebody and they said, well, I don't know how you don't know the Cohen family, because I said, the Cohen family. She says, I don't know how you don't know I don't know why they're making a big deal. She said, the Cohen family is really public. So I said, the Cohen family. I said, Cohen man adopts 9 children in Texas. And that man came up in no time. Once he came up, I was able to light a fire, smooth up under CPS's behinds, because at that point, now I can see this man's picture along with all of his children. And I'm like, they knew who I was talking about. They didn't care. The one lady said, she don't even want to, they don't even want me to respond to you. Actually, on my Facebook page, I have a recorded message from, I wrote it in my book. It's the child abuse hotline in Texas. And you know that lady said to me, if you can't give me an address or in names, I can't help you do anything. I'm like, I'm telling you this case, these kids need help. These kids need help. I let them listen to the podcast. They knew what was going on. They did not care. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'll probably delete this one, but I'll be back here. I just wanted to see how this live was going to work out. God bless you all, and thank you for watching. Please just keep me in prayer. I'm staying, encouraged. I'm staying strong and courageous. I just, you know, I just want what's best for these kids and their safety. God bless you all, and please don't listen to the media. Get to know me for yourself. This is not easy. Have a good evening.